Hi, so I'm going to explain the supports that I made for Tristan for the family partnership project. So the first thing that I made was a visual schedule. The visual schedule is kind of different. So I took a clock and color coded each hour and then made a block of colors to match the clock. So if you look at this right now, the clock's on 8 o'clock, and it's right about to be in the pink section. So he would look at this and say, oh, it's going into the pink, it's bedtime, or I need to get ready for bed. And so that's kind of how this visual schedule works. These tabs are removable, so you can take them off. You can change them around. So if it's in the morning, you can have a morning schedule. If he's at home on the weekend, you can kind of play around with that as well. I made these blank tabs for if you can use a dry erase marker and write whatever you need to on it if you don't have a tab for that. Or you could just say, hey, a blank tab, if it's blank, that means you get to choose what you would like to do next. Anything you want to do with that blank tab, you're more than welcome to do. And then I have a little bag to hold the tabs that are not in use. So that includes, like, this is more of an afternoon night schedule. And this would be more of things that he would do in the morning, or if he's got a day off or on the weekends, those tabs are in here. So that's the first support. So the second support is a surprise card and a transition marker. So the surprise card would be used if some reason the schedule is changing. His normal routine is not going to be the same. So you would hand this to him if we have a doctor's appointment and we're not going home as soon as school's over. So you hand it to him and it shows him the Roblox characters that he really likes, and it says, surprise, the schedule has changed. And so that's just going to let him know, oh, my normal routine is not going to be the same today, but that's okay because I know ahead of time that the schedule is not going to be the same. And then the transition marker is used if he has not gone to look at the clock and the clock is changed to a different time, and he needs to move on from what he's doing at that time. For an example, if he's on iPad when he gets home and it's almost been that hour, it has been that hour and he just hasn't gone up to check it yet, you could go and hand this to him and he would look at it and be like, okay, it's time to go check the clock to see what I need to do next. And that also has the Roblox characters on it and the clock to remind him that that's what he needs to go look at. So the next thing that I made him is a bathroom task analysis. So this is the full task in a sequence and shows him that he needs to go to the bathroom and then flush the toilet, close the lid, wash his hands, dry his hands, and turn off the lights. So that's the full sequence that he needs to do these tasks and the way that he needs to do them. So I made them bigger for the actual bathroom, and I also split them up into what needs to be done around the toilet and what needs to be done around the sink. So that way, if the toilet and the sink are nowhere near each other, you can have this around that and this around the sink. Or you could still hang them up side by side if that makes it easier, or if they're not very far apart from each other. Just whatever works best for him, and he can see that these are the steps that I need to make when I'm using the bathroom, and these are the steps I need to take when I get finished using the bathroom. So that is his visual task analysis. And then the last thing that I made was a work system. So this is called Tristan's Task Binder. So I thought it's going to be for his homework, but I thought Tristan's Task Binder sounded better than Tristan's Homework Binder because it's a lot easier to get a task done than it is to have to think, I have to go get homework done. So he will see that he has not done any of his tasks yet. So when he gets to his binder, he'll say, okay, got to do task number 1. And he'll take the number 1 and he'll open it up and see, okay, well, the first folder is the red folder, which matches my number 1. Let me put it right here. and then he'll open up his folder. So then you'll see that it has a start tab and a finish tab. So he will start on his homework, and as he finishes it, he will pick it up. After he finishes his homework, he'll put it in the finish tab, and then he'll close that folder. And then he'll notice, oh, I don't have a tab there. That means I guess I'm on to task number 2. So he puts his number 2 block there, and then he opens up his folder and does the same thing. He will start what's on the start side and then put it over here when he's finished. He will close it. He will see, oh, I've got to go to number 3. Take his number 3 tab off, place it on his folder, and do the same thing. So he has a start and a finish tab. Once he gets done, he'll close that folder and see, hey, I need to go check the clock to see what's next. With his task binder, his parents will need to check it when he is done, make sure he did all of his work, put those pages where they need to go, either in a back to school folder or in a folder at home, just to keep. And then also put those tabs back on the front so they're ready for tomorrow. He can also take this paper out and color it, make it his own, just so he has something that feels like he did this and he made this. It makes it a little bit more interesting. So that is his task binder. And then those are the supports that I made for him, and I really hope that they go to good use and that it helps him out at home and just keeps him on a good routine and a good task to get things done. So that is all. Thank you.